Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi, Jesse.
Hey, super excited to take a tea break with Adam and Garrett from Booneshine Brewery up in Boone, North Carolina.
Yeah.
It's my hometown. So I've known Adam for a long time. I met Garrett recently too, and super excited to know both of you. I thought today we could take a minute to cheers and talk about some of the stuff we're doing together because I'm pretty excited about it.
So are we.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what are you guys drinking over there? What should we cheers
to? I've got a little bit of the Asheville Gray tea that I'm drinking. It's very delicious. This is actually, I think, my first time having a full cup of it. So, but yeah.
We do offer milk and sugar in the restaurant with this tea service, though I've never put it in there. It just doesn't need it. Yeah. It's so good all by itself. Really like it.
That's awesome.
And I'm doing a hot-cold combo over here. So I've got a hot press of the hibiscus mojito tea, which I really like with just a little bit. We get this local honey from a guy named James Wilkes, who is Faith Mountain Farms. Him and his family raised this beautiful local sourwood honey. So just a tiny little bit of that in there just to sweeten it up a little bit, balance that acidity from the hibiscus. And then I've also got a little craft soda here. So Garrett and I worked on this, and Garrett's clearly a very talented beer brewer, and we decided that we wanted to try and put a craft soda on tap as well. So we worked on this recipe. It's basically a really strong ginger syrup. So we make the ginger syrup first and then steep a boatload of hibiscus mojito tea in it, and then dilute it out to the right consistency and put it in sixtel kegs and carbonate it. And so we have it on tap as a craft soda right there with all the rest of our line of beers.
Oh my gosh. It just sounds heavenly. And I'm super sad because my plan was to come up there and get to taste it. And that was right before all this happened, so I haven't been able to try it yet. Well, so I'm drinking. I couldn't decide. So I tried some of each. So cheers. Double fisting the Asheville Gray and the hibiscus mojito. We'll start with some Asheville Gray, but yeah. So I thought one of the cool things about being able to work with you guys is that you are doing so many diverse things. You know, I feel like it's interesting to see these trends popping up around having some lighter alcohol and low alcohol beverages, you know? And so that's kind of interesting to see that paired with the brewery and the beer side of things.
Yeah, it's really interesting. A lot of those trends, I mean, it's been a few years coming. I think the market has been trending that way for a little while, but it's really interesting to see a lot of the marketing and branding sort of surrounding these products towards more health conscious consumers, which plays really well with like the additions of tea to things. And you see it a lot in the beer industry with like the low ABV, almost like it's marketed as like recovery beverage sort of drink, and you see a lot of more use of botanicals and things like that in those products, which is really exciting to see.
That's cool. Yeah, that's awesome. And then Adam, your experience as a chef, I'm sure, sort of pulls into that experience too on finding like the best ingredients that you can for moonshine and in general.
Well, that's really first and foremost why I took this job. When I moved back here to Boone about a year ago, I came and met with Tim and Carson, the owners, and met Garrett, and was just really pleasantly surprised and kind of blown away at how much our sort of vision aligns, in the sense of, Garrett does with beer exactly what I like to do with food, which is take really high quality ingredients and then like do as little as possible to them to let them shine and let them just be what they are.
Yeah, definitely try to stay out of the way there and show through.
And I'm excited to hear a little more. I'm hoping maybe you can tell us some background around how did you pick the flavors for the soda that incorporates our hibiscus mojito? Like, what was the inspiration for you behind that?
I love ginger. Like, ginger soda is my favorite. I really don't drink a lot of soft drinks. If I do, my go-to is something with ginger in it, usually a ginger ale or a ginger beer or something like that. I love how its palate cleansing effect, especially when you're eating it with food, and it really helps balance out that natural sweetness that's in soda anyway. So having a little sweet, a little spice, the acidity from the hibiscus and those floral notes, plus the kind of sweet herbaceousness of the basil that's in there. It's like, I felt like ginger was just like a perfect person to throw into that party, and that they would work really well together. And, you know, it took some tweaking. We did several runs to get it to where we wanted it to be, and to really try and focus in on the balance and getting the balance of all those different components to go together. And we're pretty proud of what we came up with. As far as craft soda, you know, it's tough to put a soda on the menu and charge $3 for it when people's go-to is a Coke or a Sprite, and they know they love it, and it's half that price. So it's a unique challenge to really come up with something where it's like, we're super proud of this. It's worth the price that we're charging for it. And so far, we've had a great response from people.
People have loved it.
I mean, just the color alone blows you away. And then when you taste it, it's a fun soda. We really enjoy it.
That's so cool. I'm super excited to try it someday. But I think that's true. I do find that, at least for me, it's really inspiring to find unique flavors and ingredients, so that it's not that same old same that you see everywhere else, whether that's a soda or a beer or food or tea. You know, finding something that's completely different, which is in that hibiscus mojito, we use lime basil, which is one of the things for me that was so different. It almost tastes like Fruit Loops, like Tutti Frutti. You know, so that was a really unique thing. And I was excited that you incorporated ginger in the soda, because I find sometimes you get a citrus note from ginger that pairs really well with that lime note. That's kind of, that's cool. And then we are, can we like talk about the upcoming thing, Garrett?
Oh yeah. So I'm really excited to be able to partner with you guys and finally utilize some more unique ingredients in some of our beers. So we were kind of throwing around some ideas for how to make a tea infused beer, and I did a little bit of research just to see kind of what's out there, and I've tried a few. I don't know if you guys have tried any. A lot of them are light beers, usually light in color. ABV ranges, up to 7, sometimes down to like 4. But that's usually people's go-to. They see like something bright and fruity, and with something like the ginger hibiscus, they would incorporate that into a lighter beer. But what I would really like to do is see tea expressed in like a darker beer, because with the case of this Asheville Gray, it is sort of dark. It's got that like copper brown color to it. And I thought, what better way to do that than pairing it with a traditional English style beer? So our idea is to do a English mild, a darker English mild, which is a low ABV beer, and infuse it with the Asheville Gray. And also, one of the unique things that we're going to do with it, Adam actually suggested this, is serve it on nitro. So it'll be a very lower carbonated beer, and it'll have that creamy nitro sort of head to it, which I think will really help develop those that bergamot citrusy character from Earl Grey. Those foam particles really help carry aroma and flavor. So yeah, I'm really excited about it.
Well, you're getting some local goodness in that one too, the calendula flower that we use. The Gray is all grown here in North Carolina. So I find that gives it kind of this like fresh cut flower note. I hope it comes through.
Yeah. Coming from a farm near Asheville?
Yeah, some of the farms near Asheville grow it, and some in the Piedmont.
Nice.
The calendula. Yeah. Well, thanks for taking a tea break with us today and talking about all these fun things.
Yeah, for sure.
Of course. Thanks for having us. It's great to chat with you.
Yeah, same to you guys. Let's raise a glass. I'll raise my hibiscus mojito glass this time. Cheers to you. Stay safe.
Cheers.